Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a brand new episode of Devil's Den. And today, the New Jersey Devils played the Ottawa Senators and beat them 5-1, bringing this glorious winning streak to 12 games in a row. That is just the greatest thing. This streak may be the greatest achievement that I, as a Devils fan, have ever seen in my life. So, let's get down and take a look at this game, shall we? But before we do that, I wanted to say a quick word and kind of thank all of you guys for watching these videos, especially the last one. The Fallen Leaves video that I did on Thursday is the fastest watched and fastest growing video on this channel in terms of how long it's been out. We have reached almost 30 views on the Fallen Leaves video, and that happened within a day of it coming out, and it is the fastest video, fastest growing video on this channel. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming out and subscribing and liking and commenting and watching these videos. It truly means a lot, and I appreciate all the ongoing support. It's been fantastic. But like I said, if you aren't already subscribed, please go ahead, go onto our YouTube channel, and please subscribe to the channel. I want this to grow. I want this channel to be a big success. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching these videos, and hopefully you're as entertained by them as I am. Anyways, Devils versus Senators. Devils win 5-1 for the 12th game in a row. So, let's take a look at why this game was such a big success. So, for some of you who, I don't know if everyone watched the last Devils game against Ottawa, and I'm not going to lie, we struggled a little bit with in our last game against the Ottawa Senators. I think we ended up winning 3-2, 4-3 in overtime, and it was really back and forth. Not this game. This game was a autopsy on how to play the game. The Devils, as usual, skated tremendously. The young guys are doing a great job at breaking out and transitioning from defense to offense, and that transition game that I have wanted to see looks so good. So good. The passing, the chemistry between the lines is phenomenal. It's been amazing. Our special teams has been doing really good recently. Senators had 2 power play opportunities, got nothing on both, and I'm pretty sure in 2 power plays they had 1 shot. 1 shot! So, penalty kill with Bastian leading the charge has been phenomenal. That's our penalty kill. Our power play has really improved since the beginning of the season. We had 4 power play opportunities this afternoon, and we did get 1. So tonight we were 25% of the power play, which is exactly where we need to be in order to really get those points where it in the times we need it to be. So let's go through this game as I always do, period by period. So, in the first period of the game, about halfway through the first period, Erik Haula gets his first goal of the season and first goal as a New Jersey Devil. His goal is assisted by Zetterlund and Severson. We'll get to Severson in a second. Shortly after that, about 6 or 7 minutes later, Nathan Bastian, the glory be his name, Nathan Bastian, who has really cornered out that penalty kill and has really led that fourth line to a lot of big success. Gets a goal for his third of the season, and Miles Wood and Michael McLeod gets the assists. Wood and McLeod with Bastian has looked, when they have played together, has looked really, really good. They've been solid, and a bigger plus, they've been consistent. Something that I personally look for in a team and in the lines is consistency. And the consistency of our third and fourth line has been tremendous. People have always said, analysts have said that the mark of a great team is depth, and this team has depth. Whether it's the first two lines with, Hughes and Hischier, whether it's the third line with Bratt, though I don't really know how I feel about Bratt on the third line. However, he really should be on the second line. However, putting him on the third line does make a little bit of sense because you get that depth. So you've got, Hischier on the first, Hughes on the second, Bratt on the third, and that fourth line with Bastian, McLeod, and sometimes Wood has been really, really, really good and consistently have made plays and gotten points when the team really needs it. So that brings us to the end of the first period, and we move into the second. It's 2-0 Devils. 3 minutes exactly into the second period, Jesper Boqvist, who's been a little bit quiet this season, gets his second goal of the game, and that goal is assisted by Yegor Sharangovich and Siegenthaler, blessed be his name. Siegenthaler has been a rock-solid defenseman this year. I just wanted to point out something about Siegenthaler. So Siegenthaler was a +2 in this game, and I believe he is now either a +14 or a +15 this season. For a defenseman to be a +14 or a +15 is amazing. You don't usually see those kinds of plus minuses from defensemen because they're the ones who have the longest minutes on the ice, especially if you're playing in the first pairing. So seeing him be so sturdy, so steady, and again, so consistent has been fantastic. New Jersey does score a fourth goal. Unfortunately, it gets called back. They argue it's a kicking motion. It was a really weird goal. To me, it didn't look like a kicking motion. It kind of just seems like the puck, Forsberg makes the save. It comes off his pad. And as, New Jersey's trying to stop themselves from sliding into Forsberg, it kind of just deflects off of the foot of New Jersey. But the refs have disagreed, and the refs call it a no goal. So it's no goal, and it's still 3-0 New Jersey. 17 minutes and 29 seconds into the second period, Ottawa manages to get on the board, ruining Schmid's shutout, which I'm going to talk about Schmid in a little bit. Derek Brassard gets the goal for Ottawa for a second of the season, assisted by Brandstrom, and Claude Giroux gets the secondary assist. Now, New Jersey does not waste any time, and 2 minutes later, in the second period, Yegor Sharangovich scores with an assist from the one, the only, our captain, Nico Hischier. That is Sharangovich's 5th goal of the season. If Sharangovich continues to play the way he has been, he's going to end up with 20 goals this season. Easy. Maybe 22, 23, depending on if he, speeds up a little bit. But Sharangovich is on pace for 20 goals this season. I don't like doing the whole, he's on pace for, X amount of points. But 5 goals in almost 20 games, you keep that pace up, you've got 20 goals a season. And, again, he's a guy that we can rely on for depth. And depth is what is going to make this team great. Make New Jersey great again. Anyways, so we head into the third period, and it is 4-1 New Jersey. And again, because I mentioned it before, but because I live with one of the biggest die-hard Leaf fans in my mom. 4-1 lead going into the third period. Freaked me out a little bit. So we go into the third period, and I have absolutely nothing to worry about as Ottawa doesn't score for the entirety of the third period. But you know who does score? Goalie gets pulled, and Michael McLeod, again, I remind you, that fourth line, and I understand it's an empty net, but still, fourth line gets it done. Michael McLeod gets his second of the season, unassisted, and the Devils finish the game 5-1. Devils win for their 12th game in a row. The streak lives on. Now, again, I'm not, the biggest, I don't have the greatest memory sometimes, but there was a, what's it called? Why can't I remember the name of this thing? There was a comment during the game that was made, and I believe New Jersey's longest winning streak of all time is 13 games. If New Jersey wins their next 2 games, then New Jersey of this year, this New Jersey team, which finished in the bottom of the East, could make history and break the record for most consecutive wins for this franchise. Now, let's take a look at who New Jersey is playing in the next 2 games. Just give me 1 second. I can't pull it up. It doesn't matter. I believe... Okay, we played New Jersey. We played Ottawa. We play Edmonton on... What's today's date? The 19th. So, we play Edmonton on the... on Monday. And then we play... So after Edmonton, we end up playing... I'm sorry, everyone loves a YouTube video where it's just random pausing. My apologies. I can't pull it up. Anyways, we play Edmonton next. We've beaten them once. We can beat them again. Let's tie history and make it count. Let's make it 13 games in a row. Now, a couple of points I wanted to bring up before the end of the video. First and foremost, there was in my opinion, a really dirty and cheap shot by the Ottawa Senators on Nico Hischier. I believe it was in the first, or it was really early in the second, where Ottawa cross-checks Hischier. They set in the ribs. It looked lower than that. It looked like it was just like his lower back, where his kidneys were. And I've never seen Hischier lose it like that. He gets cross-checked, and he makes it back to the bench, and he's bent over in agony, and he javelin tosses his stick. I've never seen him freak out like that. And for the record, there was no penalty that was called on that. He didn't have the puck. He was nowhere near the puck. And it was just a random cross-check. And the worst part of it all is that the camera zooms over to the Ottawa bench, to the guy who did it. It zooms in on him, and you can see him say, quote, "I would do it again." I despise these kind of players. These kind of players who go after people for no freaking reason, potentially damaging and injuring one of the best guys on the ice because you can't keep up. Players like Tom Wilson, who in my opinion is the scum of the earth and probably should not be in the league. I really hated that cheap shot. The fact it wasn't a penalty, and Ruff, by the way, Ruff was going ballistic when this happened. They didn't zoom in on him, but you can hear the commentators and the analysts going, Lindy Ruff is losing his mind on the bench. It was one of the dirtiest shots I've seen all season. But yeah, hopefully Hischier's good. He played throughout the rest of the game. He didn't leave the game at all. So hopefully, hopefully he remains uninjured. But if he does go down and doesn't play in the next game, that's going to be a huge blow to New Jersey, because Hischier has really anchored this team in terms of points, production, and really good play. So hopefully Hischier's good, and we'll kind of go from there. Second point I wanted to bring up. So Schmid was in net tonight. They gave Vanecek the night off, and Schmid played. And I gotta say, the Senators had 26 shots on net. Almost 30 shots. Only one went in. Schmid has played really, really good this season. I know he's only played, I think, 2.5 games, because he came in for Vanecek when Vanecek got injured. Came in, won the game, played another game, won that one, and now he's won this game against the Senators. So he hasn't lost all season, which is great. I know it's only been 2 games, but I really want to give credit where credit is due, because Schmid really did play well. And I think that if he continues developing the way that he has been, at least this season. Last season was a cluster. And it was really bad time last season for goalies. Went through 7 goalies. None of them played well. But again, if Schmid plays well, like I know that he can, then I think this team's going to is going to have a decent time with goaltending, even if, someone goes down, like right now with Blackwood being out. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for today. I will catch you guys in the next game. We'll be back for another episode of Devil's Den when we play the Edmonton Oilers on Monday night. Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.